Welcome back to another episode of the Fort Johnson Podcast. I'm your host, and today we're diving into an incredible program that combines leadership, service, and aviation, the Civil Air Patrol. For those who may not be familiar, the Civil Air Patrol, or CAP, is the official auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force, offering amazing opportunities for teens and adults alike. Whether it's developing young leaders through the cadet program, assisting in emergency services, or supporting aerospace education, CAP plays a vital role in our community and beyond. But here's the thing. We need more young people to step up, and we need experienced leaders to guide them. Today, we have three guests who will help us unpack everything CAP has to offer. They'll show us how the program builds skills, strengthens character, and even opens doors to future careers. So whether you're a teen looking for adventure, a parent searching for a great program for your child, or a senior leader wanting to make a lasting impact, this episode is for you. Stay with us as we explore how you can be part of the Civil Air Patrol's mission. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching or listening to this program. I am Jeff England from the Fort Johnson Public Affairs Office, and we are in the Fort Johnson Podcast Studios. Today with me, I have three wonderful guests from the Civil Air Patrol. I have next to me Ron Carricker. He's the Deputy Commander for the Seniors, which is not really like seniors as in old. It's just like seniors as in leaders. And we've got Bill Pardue over here to my left. If I could get you guys. There you guys are. Okay. We got Bill Pardue, commander of the Leesville Composite Squadron. Hey, Mr. Bill.
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How are you doing?
Doing fine. So
And next to you, we got Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Salazar, and he is the Aerospace Education Officer for the Civil Air Patrol. How you doing?
Good morning, Jeff. I'm doing well. Good to be here.
Great. I was going to introduce you as the what you do in the military, but the list is the title's like that long. It's like he's the CR2I staff specialist.
It is a mouthful. Yeah.
It is. So, but you're within you're with the 1-5 Aviation, so you're actually in aviation with the. So Civil Air Patrol is not too far off for you.
Yeah, it's right up my alley. In fact, when I was the commander of Occasion Dust Off, and then subsequently the XO, I used to help coordinate the visits that we would, get to participate out there, and we're actually teeing one up here pretty soon. So I'm good friends with Lieutenant Colonel John Robichaud, the current 1-5 commander, and he's allowing us to continue to do that. So very thankful that we're part of the Fort Johnson community and still able to go out to the airfield.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I always wanted to be a pilot. And it just never worked out. I had I'm going to blame it on somebody else. It wasn't my fault. I had to go get them. I wanted to do it, but my career counselor in high school said, maybe the Air Force Academy is not for you. Yeah, she never knew about prep schools and stuff.
Yeah.
I could have gone to a prep school and maybe gotten better, or at least an ROTC or something.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Jeff. Right here on the air, I'm going to make you an offer as a thank you for putting us on this morning. Both Bill and I own private aircraft. I'm happy to take you up. So come on out to Leesville, Lima 39, just out on Highway 8. We'll get you flying.
Ah, sweet. All right. I already know where we can go. We can fly up to Dallas or someplace up in that area, and I'll take you all to In-N-Out Burger.
There you go.
All right.
It's a date.
So we have a squadron here in Leesville, a composite squadron, which is... You want to explain what a composite squadron is? Because to me, a composite squadron means different aircraft at an Air Force base, like C-130s, F-16s, and A-10s was the last base.
No. We're talking about people. Cadets 12 and up, seniors 18 and up, and there's no top side. I'm 89.
He doesn't look a day over 88.
Come on.
So we've got a composite squadron. So we have the cadets. That's what the teams are called, or cadets.
Yes.
Okay, so we got cadets and senior leaders, which are not senior citizens.
It's official. Cadets.
So, Jeff, there are some squadrons out there that are all cadet programs, and then there are some that are all senior members that do the search and rescue type stuff only. So meaning they don't do any of the character development, the leadership of young people. So Composite Squadron, we do both.
And these are all fixed-wing aircraft, or are there any CAPs with helicopters in them?
Not to my knowledge.
No,
I think they're all.
I don't know
fixed
of
wing.
any.
Okay, so it's like Bat 29, or what was that? There was a movie. It was pretty cool.
We do have the largest fleet of Cessna aircraft in the world.
What? No Piper Cubs?
Don't have any Piper Cubs anymore. They had them back in the
Back in the day.
Back when it first started. Yes.
Nice. So what the squadron that we have here? What is that? What's your main goals to do for these that are at this squadron?
Well, our main goal is to help young people as well as seniors. We do emergency. The seniors primarily are conducting emergency services, flying the airplanes, and mission observers, mission scanners, aerial photographers are primarily seniors. Although a cadet at 18 could be a scanner, or maybe a aerial photographer, but. I know when Hurricane Ida came a few years ago, the then commander, Will Bryant, and I went down to Baton Rouge and participated in a mission down there with Hurricane Ida, where we flew in a plane over the Mississippi River all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, or Gulf of America, whichever one you want to call it now, and took pictures, and we found an overturned barge in the river that was leaking some type of substance out that no one knew about. So that was one of the things that we did. And of course, that was reported to FEMA and to GOSAP, which is the Governor's Office of Homeland Security. And so the seniors participate primarily in that. We also have Aerospace members who are educators. Like our squadron helped sponsor about 25 of those, and they're teachers here in our local system, the Vernon Parish School Board system. And we recently flew one of those teachers on a teacher flight, to get them oriented to know more about what aviation was about. And they can also get STEM kits. As long as they're a member of an AEM member, they can get STEM kits for their classes free of charge. The Civil Air Patrol provides them. So
we've got how many cadets do we have in our squadron right now?
Right now we have 15.
15. And what's your goal to get? How many can you handle? I mean, I'm sure.
Well, we're hoping to get up to 50. Of course, we're going to have more help to get there, too. We're going to have more leadership, more seniors, because that would be a big load on what we have right now.
Now, is it hard to become a member?
No, it's not hard to become a member. To become a senior member, you would fill out a senior member application, and you would have a background check. You would need to send in your fingerprints, and it costs like $55 a year to be a senior member, but you do have to be vetted by security, and you have to also take a course in cadet protection, and they're going to check out your background, but
yeah, that's that should be on almost everything.
Right. But to be a cadet, it's much simpler to be a cadet as far as the paperwork goes. You can the parents and the cadet can get together and fill out an online application to become a member. They do have to attend 3 meetings. That's true with seniors and with cadets. You have to attend 3 meetings to make sure it's going to be a fit for you and a fit for the squadron and so forth. And after 3 meetings, they can apply for membership. And to get online, there's an online application that the parent and the cadet can get together and fill out and do. And then we'll get a on our website, or it's called e-services. It'll pop up like when I log in, or one of the senior members who are in leadership, it'll pop up that they can approve this cadet and verify that they've been there 3 meetings and that the parents are on board with them becoming a member and so forth. So.
Nice. And but there's an age requirement, right, for to be a cadet.
12 years old.
12 years old, and they would age out at.
Well, actually, they could stay a cadet to 21, but you can become a senior member at 18. So they could transition to be a senior member if they do decide to transition to be a senior member. They can become a flight officer if if they've achieved the rank of cadet second lieutenant, for example. Then at 18 they can become a flight officer in the Civil Air Patrol senior member program, which is sort of an in-between rank, I guess you would say, between being a cadet and being a full senior member. So there's about 3 grades of flight officer.
Now, I'm sure there's. You don't. This is not like requirement. You don't have to go out and join the military, or if you sign up for the CAP, it's not like, okay, I'm going to sign up for the CAP and then I have to be in the military afterward. There's no requirements or anything.
You don't have to be in the military. Now, if a person was to choose to be in the military, it could help them greatly. For example, if a person went in the Air Force as an enlisted man or an enlisted person, they could go in as an E3 rather than an E1 because that is provided they had gotten their Mitchell Award in the Civil Air Patrol, which would be Cadet Second Lieutenant. Once they reached Cadet Second Lieutenant, then they could go into the military as a E3. If they so chose to become to apply for a military academy, it would be a plus for them if they had gotten their second lieutenant rank, which is we call the Mitchell Award. Roughly about 10% of the Air Force Academy cadets are former Civil Air Patrol cadets.
Man, I missed out. Where I knew about the CAP back when I was young, but I don't think we had a squadron around me, or if we did, we didn't have a podcast like the Fort Johnson podcast telling people about it. But that sounds like something I would like. What would have loved to have done? So what are some of the activities that the cadets actually participate in?
Okay, each cadet is entitled to 5 orientation flights in the right seat of a Civil Air Patrol plane with an orientation pilot. I myself am an orientation pilot, and they're entitled to 5 flights. We have a syllabus for the 5 flights. Each one of them starts off with just a very basic thing and then goes through a little more advanced syllabus as each flight. Now, they can have as many backseat flights as they want, ride as a passenger in the back, and while another cadet would be riding in the right front seat. But they can't sit in the left seat, the pilot seat, but they can sit in the right seat, and once we get 1,000 feet above the ground, they can handle the controls and see what it feels like.
Knowing me, it's like, ooh, barrel roll. So we've got.
Yeah,
so,
we always tell them, don't touch anything, don't do anything till I let you know that you can do something. Yeah.
I got to go up in an ultralight once a long time ago, and those things are really loud because it's like a lawnmower engine. Right. And so they had started up the engine, and the pilot was telling me, it's like, this is what we're going to do. And I couldn't hear anything he's going to do. And we get up there, and he says, okay, go ahead and take over. And it's like, okay, so I'm flying. And then he shuts off the engine. Apparently, that's what he was telling me when I couldn't hear him. It's like, okay, we're going to get up there. We're going to shut off the engine and show you this is how it glides. It's like a glider. It's like, yeah. I freaked out.
Significant emotional event.
Oh, yeah, it was emotional damage.
Well, the cadets would be wearing a headset while we're in flight.
Yeah, that would have been nice to have.
We can communicate with them, and they can communicate with us.
So we've got, what about now, how does this compare to like JROTC?
Well, Junior ROTC, I'm not really familiar that much with their program, but I think there'd probably be a lot of similarities. I'm also a pilot for Junior ROTC and ROTC orientation flights.
Nice. So you guys
also entitled to have. They are entitled for 3 flights.
So it's still. I mean, you're offering within CAP and JROTC or ROTC in general. it's like leadership courses and stuff like that?
Right,
Yeah.
leadership and aerospace education and emergency services. We have search and rescue exercises that we have. Our wing has them twice a year. We just had one here this past Saturday. We had to cut it short because of the weather, but there was drones also being flown. I know the weather didn't affect them to fly the drones, and some of the cadets participated in the ground missions, which they go out and look for things on the ground, maybe a downed aircraft or a missing person somewhere.
Now I remember in basic training, we had, I guess, well, the Air Force is not as intense as the Army when it comes to field training and stuff, but we had this obstacle course where we had to go through and like ropes across the water and the monkey, well, I don't know if it was the weaving, the logs that you have to go up and over and under and over and under. And it's like, you guys have obstacle courses like that and stuff?
It's funny, we just got an invitation to go down and participate in exactly that in Slidell, Louisiana in May. So yes, there's a cadet competition that includes
competitions.
Yep, it's a road march, a little 15-pound rucksack road march, and an obstacle course, and a tug of war, and some other team building events down there.
I'm sure you wish your rucksacks were only 15 pounds.
Well, we you introduce them slow and you start them young, right?
Yeah, don't break their back too early.
That's right. Also, it's the Air Force.
So the. So, yeah, the dig at me. Yeah, I see how it is. So, as a lieutenant colonel in active duty Army, and you're participating in CAP, how does that look upon within the ranks and within your career and to leadership?
Certainly a great community engagement opportunity as an active duty service member. It absolutely goes on the resume, so to speak. Some of the certifications and things that I've been able to get as a Civil Air Patrol member do bolster the marketability, I guess you could say. A lot of training opportunities, frankly, urban direction finding. But I'm doing it specifically for cadet mentorship.
Yeah, it seems like a great opportunity for military members to display their leadership, mentor the younger generation, the next generation to come back, and it's actually a really great opportunity to participate within your community, get to know your outside the gates, outside the fence.
Yeah, great interface time with the civic leaders. So, we participate in all of the federal holiday events. We do a lot of flag details, and we march in the local parades and things like that. Get the kids out front. Opportunity for them to public speak. Opportunity for them to be a member of a team, something bigger than themselves. So we're building citizens. And I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you that the military community here in Fort Johnson probably inspires young people to do that anyway. I know, my boys grew up in a household where they appreciate that. They understand the value of freedom. Their dad has been gone for many, many years of their life. And I think a good portion of our cadets are military families.
Oh, nice.
Part of military families.
Now, when it comes to senior leaders that you're looking for, yeah, look at him.
The seniors.
The senior leaders. So when it comes to senior leaders, it's not just soldiers and citizens that are doing it. You'd really like to get teachers involved from our local schools. So why, or what does this have to offer for the teachers if they were able to join in?
Bill Perdue and I, approached the Vernon Perry School Board. Did you know that the Air Force through Civil Air Patrol will pay for the materials, both the curriculum and the materials for STEM? Whoa, what does that mean? Well, that means rocket kits, learn how to build them, learn how to go out and fly them. That means drones, learn how to go out and fly them.
Okay, now those rocket kits, you can learn how to build them and learn how to fly them, but the most important part is learn how to find them after you've shot them off. I built one, I shot it off, never found it.
Did your parachute fail?
No, I think it went off into someone's backyard. I don't know.
But it takes adult leadership to train the cadets.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe I should have had some adult supervision back then.
Maybe so.
So we got STEM. They'll pay for STEM is science,
technology, engineering,
and math. I know the math part.
Oh, good.
Yeah, STEM. STEM and part of a plant.
That's right.
So as a teacher, they're going to they don't have to buy any of the material.
No.
So that seems like a decent.
Well, the school board sure appreciated that.
Oh yeah, it's like, hey, we got free stuff. Nice. I like free stuff.
They form a squadron at the national headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
And with a Civil Air Patrol's card, they actually get to be a member. And the cost is once, and then it's not even charged again. It can be renewed over and over as long as they choose to be an aerospace education officer.
Nice.
Now, this is what it means for this school. 25 of the teachers in the Vernon Parish School Board decided, yes, sign me up. I want to do that. That means those teachers can now look at it's a catalog, and take one project at a time. And then when you finish that project, go to the next and the next, and ad infinitum.
Now, is this a normal thing for CAP all throughout the United States, or is it just local or a special deal for our local schools?
It's a CAP program, but we decided to make it well known locally.
Okay.
I don't know how well known it even is in the state of Louisiana.
Oh,
But I know that we as a squadron are really pushing ahead with it.
so we're just special.
Yes.
Let me say, I think there's about 150 AEM members in the state of Louisiana.
Oh wow.
And there's about 25 of those are in our local area, but there's about 150 in the whole state.
Nice. So we've got. I mean, this seems like a great opportunity for teachers to get some extra curricular stuff in there and keep their students out of trouble. Stay out of trouble.
Some of the teachers, like yourself, have always wanted to fly, never have.
Uh-huh.
This one that we flew last Monday was her first flight. Her 68 photos from that flight have gone all over Facebook. Her friends say, cool, awesome, wow, how can I?
Let me join.
We are offering the teachers that have signed up and have a CAP card, and we're asking again. Just ask Bill Perdue and myself and our staff here, Colonel McAllister, right on post. And they are due to get a flight in a Civil Air Patrol bird.
Great. That's
This year, not next year, now.
now, right now.
This year.
So model rocketry, team building, of course. We've got almost like Boy Scouts. You got camping and hiking.
We have an encampment every year, and in the last several years, it's been at Keesler Air Force Base, and it's a little bit over a week. It's about a 10-day program, and cadets are able to go to that. They need to sign up fairly early because it does fill up.
Oh, it sounds like popular.
And the encampment, they do have a lot of they did have a physical training course, I believe, that they had to sign off on. It was held by the Louisiana National Guard. That they went and participated in a facility there, but they also get to fly in a C-130, one of the weather planes out of Keesler Air Force Base.
Yeah, that's where all the hurricane chasers are.
Right, they get a ride in one of those aircraft. They get to participate. They get a lot of discipline. They get up early every morning. It's not really boot camp, but it's closest thing to it, I guess you would say, without it actually being boot camp. But they're disciplined. They have to get up and meet the schedule, and they learn to march. Of course, we teach them drill and ceremonies as well, but there's where they really get to put it into practice. And so they have a graduation there at the end of the encampment, and their parents can go down and observe the graduation.
Nice. So, let's say I wanted to join as a senior leader, but I'm not a teacher, I'm not a pilot. What would I have to offer?
So there's a fairly robust senior member development program, right? So if you don't think you have the skills, you probably be surprised at just how much you can still perform. We've got some senior members that, thrive more in the administrative functions. They're keeping track of cadet records and advancements. You got guys like me who are probably a little bit more of a natural instructor as an instructor pilot. I get up front and I do platform instruction. I'm actually doing hands-on, activities with the cadets, or I go out to the field. You asked if we camp. He talked about encampment, and that is an important part of a cadet's maturation process. They have to go to that. But locally, we prepare them for those things, right? So like in 2 weeks, we're doing a small survival ruck march with camp out, right? And we're going to do drones. We're going to integrate that out there as well. Probably do an emergency services type, activity incorporating the drones, because that's kind of an emerging technology that we're seeing.
Well, it's not a true camp out unless you roast marshmallows and hot dogs.
Yeah, we're doing all the fun stuff too. So yeah, it won't all be instruction, but they'll do a little shelter, water, fire, food, as we used to say in the Boy Scouts. So you're going to teach them some of that, but then roasting marshmallows is on the list, right? Just hanging out, and I think that's the biggest thing. I know that's why my sons were encouraged to join, was for the socialization, of like-minded young people.
Now, if you're gonna teach all that, are you gonna teach some SERE, which is survival, evade?
I am a CRC qualified aviator, so yeah, they're gonna get a little of that.
Nice.
Probably not the evasion part, but certainly the survival part. Yeah,
it's like you got to pack up that parachute really quick so no one finds you.
That's right.
So, how much, with all of this, it seems like there's a lot going on. How much, as a leader, how much time would I have to commit?
Well, as commander, I spend probably 15 to 20 hours a week, not
Probably
only
more,
one time, but it's quite, it's a lot to handle, a lot of administrative behind-the-scenes stuff that I have to deal with.
Most of us, though, are probably less than half of that, to be fair. So as an instructor, if you took on one of the instructor roles, I prepare 3 to 5 hours a week to give my Tuesday night block of instruction, and then I assist with drill and ceremony. And so we meet once a week on Tuesday nights.
Oh, that's it? That's nice.
Yeah, so the weekly commitment's not significant, it's not overwhelming. And then once a month, we have a Saturday event. That can be anything from a museum trip to Hemp Hill to celebrate the anniversary of the Columbia Shuttle disaster, or it can be a camp out. It could be a search and rescue exercise at the wing level. So once a month on a Saturday, we will have something. Opportunity.
So you'd say about, what, 2 hours a week for a meeting? So you got a meeting a week and one Saturday a month. About?
Correct. Yeah. Now, Bill and Ron work a lot harder than the average senior member because they're leading the entire squadron. So administratively, they have a lot of commitments, both up and out.
Yeah. Mr. Ron over here, he's been telling me that this is his life. This is what he lives for. He loves this thing.
Well, certainly Wreaths Across America is. Ron is the reason why we have an operating budget. To be frank, right?
Nice.
We don't go door to door selling candy bars. We don't hustle you for popcorn. We put out wreaths at Christmas time, and we get $5 for every wreath we put out, and we're up to about 900. Is that right, Ron?
Yes, sir.
That we put out, and so that cash flows the squadron for the entire year, and then some. Frankly, we have rollover oftentimes from one year to the next.
Nice.
So.
Well, that's it is better than going door to door, but at the same time, I'm very happy that the Girl Scouts come over and sell their cookies.
Well,
I got my order in.
To be fair, we probably could not compete with Girl Scout cookies.
I don't think anyone really can. It's like the Girl Scout cookie mafia out there.
Oh, we have an additional advantage. Several ways. You could take, let's say, American Legion. Mm-hmm. We are a 501c3, and we have a local American Legion that said, we want to help you. And they gave us an outright gift one year. It wasn't just the wreaths. And then Bill Perdue's been Lions Club for many years. And these organizations also can just give an outright gift. We are also a 501c3 individuals. We welcome your gifts, but we do not charge the cadets because they are covered. When we go on these special events, their meals and events are covered because of Wreaths Across America, and we want to be so thankful. And the Wreaths Across America helps us teach the cadets to honor, respect the veterans. And to be able to do that this year with 16 cemeteries and to work with the local cemeteries to clean them up, fix them up, and then once a year place a wreath with honor, respect, remember the name of the veteran, salute, place the wreath on there. That's second Saturday of each year. That's again this year out at, where is that going to be?
We had the ceremony at Cannon Cemetery near Maryville.
Highway 190,
Right,
yes,
Highway
sir.
190,
Second Saturday in
right.
December every year.
Yeah,
Second Saturday in December.
same. And it's 11 o'clock. It starts at the National, and we time in with Arlington, which is 1 hour ahead of us. So for us, it's 11 o'clock. And I don't know the date right off in my mind, but it is the second Saturday of December this year.
That's nice. I appreciate you guys coming in. I really do, and I hope we're able to get a lot of people out there to join up on join the CAP and help mentor and lead our next generation of citizens and cadets to get more and more. And I'm quite interested in doing it, but I just got to work up the courage to figure out what I can offer, because all I know how to do is talk.
Can I make one comment? We do have an academy. The academy is twice a year. And we've been having it in Lake Charles, where our wing commander lives, and we have it at Sewella Technical School. And you can learn skills that you don't have. And you might be interested in learning a certain thing, and there's an academy there to teach you certain emergency services skills, such as if you wanted to be an aerial photographer but you didn't have any experience doing it. They have a course for that and teach you all about it, and then you would be able to learn that skill.
It's
Nice.
a 2-day event, so Saturday and Sunday you'll graduate and get about 8 to 10 hours of instruction between 2 days, and that'll give you the ability to lend support to cadets, right? If you're a senior member interested in something like that, please give us a holler. We'll get you trained up.
Well, that's great.
I don't want to take your excuses away. All we need is the driver for the van.
If you've seen my driving, I don't know if you'd be happy with that, but I do appreciate Mr. Bill Pardue, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Salazar, and Ron
The character.
I keep wanting to call you a character, but that's an extra T in there. We don't want to do that. But anyways, I appreciate you guys coming in, and please come on back, and we'll have to set this up again and see if we made any progress or anything. But in the meantime, let's see. In the meantime, I'm Jeff England from the Fort Johnson Public Affairs Office. And please, if you're interested, Civil Air Patrol, you can contact the First Lieutenant William Pardue, Major Jimmy Evans, or Lieutenant Colonel Ronald Carricker. They are easily found. Go civilairpatrol.com. Please, if you are interested in seeing something on our show, leave a comment below. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification button, and please, once again, leave a comment. I want to hear from you. But in the meantime, I'm Jeff England, and we'll be seeing and watching at you later.
That was easy.